Hey, I didn't see you there. I'm glad you're here, though. I'm glad all of you are here, especially after getting lost in that grape orchard that was Go. Well, we had a good time, though, didn't we? Now it's time to have a good time and play some Monopoly. That's right, it's April 15th, 2024, what most people would refer to as tax day. This is going to be episode number 220, and this thing is going live, whether we like it or not. So, how about we just go out here and, I don't know, maybe have a great show, why don't we? Alright, well, Travis, if you're ready, then we're going to go to that intro.
My taxes.
Fantastic. Well, let's see if you can do this intro in 3, 2, 1.
Yes, Monopoly! The world's most popular board game is now Monopoly the TV game. Here come the players. The red player, Jason, the gold player, Doug, and the green player, Scott. Here comes Mr. Guest Monopoly, Jose Cosrez, and here comes our host, Turd Ferguson!
Woo! Yay!
Applause.
If you want to know why there's no applause, that's because one of our contestants that normally gives us the sound effect is not here. And the bad part is, he's our champion.
Oh no.
Yeah, so we may have to draw out this intro a little bit, but hey, I'm glad all of you are back here once again for another episode of Monopoly. We are coming to you live from Grandma Studios inside of the MVG production house. Man, it's so good to have you guys back here again. Thank you, as always, for supporting Monopoly, for supporting Grandma Studios and Grandma's Game Closet. We couldn't be more thankful that you're here to enjoy this with us. That's right, we have made it to episode number 20 of the season, and I think I finally hear my champion over there wiggling around. He must have got done dropping off that bucket of grapes from the orchard. So let's go ahead and welcoming in here now. He is a one-time champion. He returns to us from his win last week with $9,485. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back Mr. Monopoly himself, Jason Meyers.
What's up?
Yeah, Jason, well, we just decided to go ahead and start this shit without you.
I figured.
We thought it would make it an interesting game and see how many properties you were going to get. But yeah, Jason, you got the win last week. You took down Dave Standish, got yourself just a little short of $10,000 there. And when we take a look at the overall standings for the season, that was able to just barely squeak you up into 9th place overall. And according to how you do tonight, you could jump up several more places. So tell me how you're feeling after last week's victory and coming into this week.
I feel like I just had a whole bunch of grapes stomped out of my gut.
Oopsie.
Yeah, oopsies. Quite literally. I'm okay-ish, I guess? Question mark?
Well, I would definitely say you might want to consider some Pepto.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty sure you keep that on hand there at the house. I know I do. But yeah, you've got yourself 2 good opponents that you're going up against this week. So before we go meet them and waste some time, go ahead and remind everybody where you're from, what you do for a living, and why is this going to be your week?
From west of New Orleans, Louisiana. I'm a big cutter by day, grape enthusiast by night. Why is this going to be my week? Because apparently today ain't my day, but this is going to be my week.
What about your month, or even your year?
That depends. Are you going to be there for me?
Always.
Yay!
Especially when the rain starts to fall. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Make sure you give it up there for our champion, Jason Meyers. Again, he has got some very worthy competitors to go up against tonight, and we start off here in the yellow podium. He comes to us from the state of Tennessee and sometimes the land of confusion, which is also where Jason takes up residence. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back to the Monopoly stage, Mr. Doug Trovinger.
Woo! Howdy.
Doug, good to have you back here again on the stage. With a name like Trovinger, it sounds like you're about ready to drop trowel on us.
No, I just had a nice double-decker grape sandwich from some of the grapes that Jason was stomping.
Okay, well,
You might want to see your nearest doctor soon.
oopsie.
Nasty.
They were a little sweet. They had a funny taste to them, but it was okay.
Exactly. Yeah, nasty.
He calls those actually dingleberries, but we won't talk about that. So yeah, Doug, you come back to us. We last saw you in episode 14. Unfortunately, not in a winning effort, but you did get a little money in your pocket, and you're currently sitting in 16th place. Jason has shown us that one good game can get you right there in that top 9. So the question is, can you not only take down the champion tonight, but can you also put down the person that's standing to the other side of you in the green podium?
It depends. Maybe the color of lemons is a lucky color tonight. At least it isn't red, where basically what I endure in a bloodbath when I pay taxes.
No, this is true. So, yeah, if you would, Doug, go ahead and remind everybody where you're from, what you do for a living, and if you could start your own orchard, what would you call it?
Okay, so I'll get to that question in just a second, but I am in Mount Juliet, Tennessee, which is about 25 miles east of Nashville. Just a hop skip from our host, Mr. Ferguson. I am a small business owner. I'll be celebrating my 6th-year anniversary coming up here in June, where I basically do business optimization and also play hockey and have a franchise of 2 hockey teams and about 50 players. And if I would, start my own orchard, it would probably be the Trampoline Grapes.
The Trampling Grapes Orchard. Okay, well, that sounds about right. So, well, good luck to you tonight, Doug. Definitely going to need against these players, especially this one over here beside you in the green podium. He comes back to us. He has, so far this season, $27,270. Currently sits in 6th place overall and is a past 2-time champion this season. So please welcome back to the stage the flat broke kid himself, Scott Michaels.
Yay!
Woo! What's up, turd?
Just trying to not make a living by hosting game shows online. So yeah, you are most definitely a frequent flyer here on this program. This is actually going to be your 7th time playing with us this season. Definitely, yes, the 7th time you played episodes 1, 2, 3, 8, 12, and 17. And then tonight 20, that would make for 7 episodes. Yeah, you definitely like this game, and we're glad that you like it. So yeah, you think you're going to have what it takes to knock Jason off of his podium and keep Doug underneath it?
Well, me and Jason, we faced in the premiere, and I know how that ended, and I'm hoping I can repeat tonight. Sorry, Jason, love you, but I want my crown.
Well, you can love him all you want.
With all those grapes in them.
Yeah, I was going to say, you might love him, just don't squeeze him too hard.
Yeah. I ain't responsible for what comes out.
Sounds mushy. Yeah, so
I think it's therapy, actually.
That's even worse. All right, so Scott, if you would tell everybody where you're from, what you do for a living, and I'm going to ask you the same thing I asked Doug. If you could start an orchard of your own, what would it be called?
Well, I am Scott Michaels from Oshkosh, Wisconsin. Currently a college student who, right now, actually stage managing a Shakespeare production, and that is actually gonna be going to show in a week and a half here. So, oh boy, it's gonna be a busy week. But I got here tonight, and if I had to make an orchard, oh hell, why not the grapes of wrath?
Nice. I like it. All right, well, again, you are going to, I do believe, have your hands full tonight. And, we wish you the best of luck. So, ladies and gentlemen, those are our contestants. And, Jason, I do know that you had tried to send me a message there. It's not wanting to pop up correctly. I'm going to assume that was probably asking for the Hackbox code.
Yep.
So, yes, that would be Vanna, Walter, Kim, Hank. So yeah, we're getting Jason in here as he had to take care of some business that we've gotten to hear all about. There you go. You got your buzzer now. All right, so we're now going to go ahead and test those buzzers. So Jason, you do your thing. Fantastic. Doug and Scott. Fantastic. We are all in. So let's do this thing here. We start with our acquisition phase of the game. Here, we are going to be making one trip completely around the board. We will be asking them trivia questions at each property that we stop at. You'll notice at the bottom of that property there is a dollar amount. If the player gets the question right when they buzz in, we will give them not only that property, but we'll give them the dollar amount of said property. They get it wrong, however, they will lose that amount and someone else can try to buzz in. No one gets the question correct. We'll cut the value of that property down in half, and it will stay there until we can get a correct answer. Once we've made it through all the properties in that color group, if we've got someone that owns all the properties, they will then get a bonus amount of money, the combined value of all the properties. If multiple people own it, then we'll go into what we call our showdown round, where they have to answer some questions again until someone owns all the properties. So with that being said, we are ready to get into this thing here. So here we go. Hands on your buzzers. We start with our brown property group and Mediterranean Avenue. Players, this is a $60 property. Here comes your first question of the evening. Let's see. How about we go with... We'll go with this one. Here we go. On which Mediterranean island would you find the towns of Larnaca, Limassol, and Nicosia? Jason.
Sicily.
No, I'm sorry. It's going to cost you 60. All right, Doug or Scott? There's the buzzer. That would have been Cyprus.
That's what I was
I went the
thinking.
wrong way.
Oh, man.
All right.
You squeezing grapes? You squeezing grapes over there, Jason?
Shut the fuck up.
I sure hope he's not, because if he starts squeezing grapes, then we're going to have to take a 23.5-hour commercial break.
He's jamming the brakes.
Oh, well, all right, so we now cut that property value in half. It's now $30 till we get a correct answer. Here's your next question. In literature, according to a Dickens novel first published in 1859, it was a tale of how many cities? Scott?
2.
It was 2. $30 over to you brings you up to 30. You have one property. We now move over to Baltic Avenue. $60 for this question. I want you to add 14 to the square root of 49. Scott?
21.
21 is correct. You get $60 for that property. Now, you also already own both of the brown properties, which gives you the brown property group and its combined value of $120, which takes you up to $210. We now move into our light blue properties. We start with Oriental Avenue. All players are involved. $100 for this question. Does the United States contain approximately 5 15 or 20% of the world's population? Jason.
5.
5% is correct. $100 comes over to you. You're up to 40. You have one of the blue properties. Next up is Vermont Avenue. $100 for this question. In science, what C is in cat is used to speed up chemical reactions without itself changing? That would be a catalyst. A catalyst. All right, we're going to cut that now down in half. $50. Next question. In the title of a Shakespeare play, what creature is being tamed? Scott.
Shrew.
A shrew is correct. $50 over to you. You're up to $260. You have one property, and Jason has one. Next up is Connecticut Avenue. $120 for this question. In film, Kathy Bates starred as the unsinkable Molly Brown in which James Cameron movie? Doug.
Was it the Titanic?
Titanic is correct. Doug with $120. That means all players own a property. So we now go into the showdown round. I'm going to need 2 correct answers. They do not have to be consecutive. Whoever gives me 2 correct answers first will take the Monopoly. So you're all involved. Here's the first showdown. Remember, there's no money to be lost here. In which country was the model Claudia Schiffer born? Doug.
Was it Canada?
No, I'm sorry. Jason or Scott? Jason.
Germany.
Germany is correct. That's one correct answer for you. Next question. What is the name of ground almond paste used in cake decoration? Doug.
Is it fondant?
No, I'm sorry. Jason or Scott?
What?
That'd be marzipan.
Oh.
Dang it.
All right, let's have another question. Inside the European Union, what is the highest mountain range? Doug.
Is it the Alps?
It is the Alps. All right, so that is 1 for Doug. All right, we got Jason with 1, Doug with 1. Scott, you can still get in this. Which metal is most commonly found in liquid thermometers? Scott.
Mercury?
Mercury is correct. There you go. You are in it. Next correct answer from either one of you, and you will take the light blue Monopoly. Here's the question. What V as in victory is the hardening of rubber by heating it at high temperatures with... That's Jason.
Vulcanizing.
We can accept vulcanizing or vulcanization. That is correct. Jason, you have taken the light blue properties. With that comes $320 of combined value, taking you up to $360. We now move around onto 2nd Street and our magenta properties where we start at St. Charles Place. $140 players for this question. In sailing, what's the term used when a boat follows a zigzag course in order to sail in the direction from which the wind is coming? That would be called tacking. Tacking. Speaking of, Turds Tic-Tac-Doe coming to you tomorrow night. Last episode of season 1. There you go. All right. So, $70 here, players, for this question. In literature, who wrote verses and stories for his son, Christopher Robin? Jason.
A.A. Milne.
A.A. Milne is correct. $70 to you. Takes you to $430. You own 1 magenta property. Next up is States Avenue. $140 for this question. In the animal kingdom, is a vixen a fox or a rabbit? Scott.
It's a fox.
It is a fox. $140 to you. You're up to $400. So we've got Scott with 1, Jason with 1, as we move over to Virginia Avenue. This is a $160 property for this question. In the 1991 film Frankie and Johnny, who played Frankie alongside Al Pacino? That was the beautiful Michelle Pfeiffer. All right. We now cut that property in half to $80 for this question. Which aid to medical diagnosis was discovered by Wilhelm Röntgen? Oh, guys, you're going to kick yourself. He came up with the X-ray.
Oof.
All right, another $80 question. What name is given to the barrister's chambers Cherie Blair helped to set up, as well as the name of a 1999 science fiction film starring Keanu Reeves? Scott.
The Matrix?
Matrix is correct. $80 to you. Takes you to $480. Scott, you own 2 properties. Jason, you own 1. Doug, you're going to have to sit out here. So, Jason, I need 2 correct answers from you. Scott, I only need 1. Here's the first showdown for your magentas. What A as in apple describes any medication that neutralizes stomach acid? Scott.
Antacid?
Antacid is all I needed. That is correct. You have taken the magenta properties. With it comes $440 of combined value, taking you up to $920. We now move over to our orange properties and St. James Place. $180 players for this question. In classical music, a piano trio is a chamber ensemble usually consisting of a piano, a violin, and what other instrument? Scott.
A harp?
No, I'm sorry, it's going to cost you $180. Jason or Doug? That would be a cello. That's how you answer the phone if you're in an orchestra. Cello. Sorry. Not sorry. All right, we're going to cut that property value in half now.
Nice on MVG.
That's right. We're going to cut that to $90. Here's the next question. 21, 24, or 26? How old was James Dean when he died? That's Jason.
26.
No, I'm sorry. It's going to cost you $90.
Damn it.
Doug.
21.
No, I'm sorry. It's going to cost you $90, taking you to $30. Scott, you better get it right. Go ahead.
24.
24 is correct. $90 over to you. You're up to $830. You have 1 orange property. Next up is Tennessee Avenue, home of me. $180 players for this question. Amnesty International won the Nobel Peace Prize in which decade? The 1960s, the 1970s, or the 1980s? Jason.
1960s.
No, I'm sorry. It's going to cost you $180. You're down to $160. Doug.
Was it the 1970s?
1970s is correct. $180 you. You're up to $210. All right, so we got 1 property for Scott, 1 for Doug. Now we move over to the home of Hirsch, New York Avenue. $200 players for this question. Lisbon is the capital city. Jason?
Portugal.
Portugal is correct. $200 over to you. You're up to $360. So, once again, all of you own a property. So that means I need 2 correct answers. Here we go. Remember, no money can be lost on an incorrect answer. In biology, does an anaerobic organism need oxygen to survive? Scott.
No.
No, it does not. That's 1 correct answer for you. 1 more, and you take the orange property group. What 1993 film tells the story of a Jamaican bobsled team? Jason.
Cool Runnings.
Yeah, the story of Davion Baker and his family. Well done. You got that. You've got 1 correct. Doug, you can still get in this. Scott proved it last time. Here's our next question. In the musical West Side Story, was Riff a member of the Jets or and that's Doug?
Jets.
Jets is correct. All of you have one correct answer. The next correct answer takes the property group. In what sport might a player snap the ball to the quarterback? Scott?
Football!
I'm going to need you to be more specific.
American football.
American football is correct. I can now give that to you. You have taken the orange property group. With that comes $560 of combined value, taking you up to $1,390. We now turn on to 3rd Street. We're in our red property district, and we start with the home of John Bergman's family, Kentucky Avenue. $220 players. Everyone's involved with this question. What C, as in coffee, is the name given to the white ball in a game of snooker? Scott?
Q.
The cue ball is correct. 220 to you. You're up to 1610. Now we move over to Indiana Avenue, the home of John Bergman himself, because he doesn't want to get too close. $220 players. That's right. For this question, Mozart's last symphony, number 41, is named after which planet? That would be Jupiter. All right, players, we cut the property value in half now. It's $110 till we get a correct answer. In the TV series Friends, what is the relationship between Monica and Ross? Scott?
Brother and sister?
Brother and sister they are. Well done, $110 to you. You're up to $1,720. You own 2 red properties. Next up, Illinois Avenue. $240 players for this question. The 1993 film What's Love Got to Do with It was about the stormy lives of which... and that's Doug.
Was it Tina Turner?
I need more.
The Pointer Sisters? With Tina Turner?
No, I'm sorry. I cannot give that to you. That takes you down to negative 30. I'll finish. Never mind. I won't. Jason.
Ike and Tina Turner.
It was about Ike and Tina Turner. $240 to you, Jason. Takes you up to $600. All right. So Scott, you own 2. Jason, you own 1. Doug, you'll sit out this showdown round. Jason, I need 2 correct answers. Scott, I need 1 from you. In food, what N is in Nancy is a confection of boiled syrup, beaten egg whites, nuts, and fruit. That would be nougat. Nougat. Yeah. Go figure. All right, next question. Which actor played Travis Bickle in the cult film Taxi Driver? Jason.
Robert De Niro.
Robert De Niro's correct. There's your first correct one. Next correct answer I get from one of you gives you the red property group. Here comes that question. In history, the Battle of Crécy was the first important land battle of which war that was fought between 1337 and 1453? Scott.
The 100 Years' War?
The 100 Years' War is correct, and you have taken the red property group. With that comes $608 of combined value, taking you up to $2,400. We now move over into our yellow property group. We start here with Atlantic Avenue. This is a $260 property, players. Here comes your question. In politics, what S is in state is a state that has no official ties to any religious movement. Scott.
Sacrilegious?
No, I'm sorry. That cost you $260. You're down $21.40. Jason or Douglas? There's the buzzer. It's a secular state. Secular. All right, we're going to cut that property value in half down to $130. Next question. Is the Mojave Desert in the northern or southern hemisphere? Jason.
Northern.
Northern is correct. $130 up to you. You're up to $730. You have 1 property. Next up is Ventnor Avenue. $260 players for this question. In which European capital city is the train station Terra Street? It's the same place where my penis gets bigger, Dublin.
God.
All right. Nothing doing
Don't give
there.
your secrets away, turd.
I know, right? Sponsored by Cialis. All right, so we're going to cut that property value in half, $130 players. Next question. What nationality is Formula One motor racing champion Michael Schumacher? Jason.
German.
There it is. He got German again. $130 over to Jason. He's up to $860. He owns 2 properties. That is. All right, now we go to Marvin Gardens. $280 for this question. In food, antipasto is the Italian term for, and that is Doug.
That's a sauce. A white sauce.
No, I'm sorry, it's going to cost you $280. It's the Italian term for which course of a meal? That's Jason.
Appetizer.
Appetizer is correct. $280 over to you. Takes you to $1140. You also have all 3 of the yellow properties, which gives you the yellow property group. With it comes $800 of combined value, taking you up to $1,940. We now make that turn onto 4th Street, and we're in our green property group. We start with a very specific avenue. I know, you're tired of it. It's Pacific Avenue. Players, this is a right? It's a $300 property. Here's your question. Which 2 colors make up the Greek national flag? Doug.
That is white and blue.
White and blue is correct. $300 to you. You're at -10. Next up is the home of our fearless leader, Brandon Scruggs. It's North Carolina Avenue. $300 again, players, for this question. The Cape of Good Hope is a headland on the coast of which country? That's Jason.
South Africa.
South Africa is correct. $300 to you. Takes you up to $2240. 1 property for Doug, 1 for Jason. Now we go to the home of the president, Pennsylvania Avenue. $320 players for this question. In science, which term is used to describe the lowest temperature that can theoretically be, and that is Doug.
Is it absolute zero?
Absolute zero is correct. $320 to you. You're up to $310. All right, we now have a showdown between Jason and Doug. Scott, you'll sit this out. Doug, I only need 1 correct answer from you. Jason, I'm going to need 2. Here's your first one. In human biology, is amblyopia a loss of hearing, sight, or taste? That's Doug.
I would say that's a taste.
No, I'm sorry, Jason.
You want to repeat that question?
I'll try. In human biology, is amblyopia. Let me try this. Amblyopia. There we go. Amblyopia. Amblyopia. A loss of hearing, sight, or taste.
I'll say sight.
And sight is correct. Thank you. Sight is correct. All right, so you've got 1 now. So I need whoever gives me the next correct answer takes the green property group. This will be big for either one of you. Moccasin shoes are part of the traditional costume of, and that is Jason.
Of Native Americans or Indians.
Native Americans is correct, and Jason, you have taken the green property group. Along with that comes $920 of combined value, taking you up to $3,160. We now go over to our final property group. These are our dark blues, and we start with Park Place. $350 for this question. What M as in Michael is used to describe a cinema with a large number of screens? Jason.
Megaplex.
I'm sorry, I
Megaplex.
cannot accept that. Cost you $350, Doug or Scott? I'm sorry, Doug, that was after the buzzer, but just for shiggles, what would you have said?
The only thing I came to my mind was a movieplex.
No, you guys are on the right path. It's a multiplex.
Oh.
Multiplex. All right, so nothing doing there. We cut the property value in half. $175, players, for this question. In which decade of the 1900s was polyethylene... Good Lord Almighty. Polythene discovered. Blah. Polythene.
Oh, the hell with it.
Right? Polythene was discovered in the 1930s. All right, next question. Let's see if I can't screw this up. Which creatures would an apiculturist keep? And that one goes right out the window. Yes, Travis.
Is it bees?
Those are bees.
Damn it.
And if you get the
That was a
spooky ones, those are
question.
boobies. All right, players, $175 again. Large or small intestine? In human biology, which is longer? Scott.
The small intestine.
Small intestine is correct. $175 to you. You're up to $23.15. Now we're to our final property in the acquisition phase. This is Boardwalk. $400, players. This question. Which Hollywood actress starred in Steven Spielberg's E.T. when she was only 7? That's Jason.
Drew Barrymore.
Drew Barrymore is correct. $400 to you takes you to $32.10. And we're to our final showdown. This is between Jason and Scott. One correct answer. Whoever gets it takes the dark blue properties and its combined value. Here comes your question. In geography, how many continental landmasses lie entirely in the southern hemisphere? And that's Scott.
2.
2 is correct, and you have taken the dark blue properties. $750 of combined value takes you up to $3,065. And just for shiggles, it is Australia and Antarctica. And that means we are at the end of our acquisition phase. Let's take a look at where things stand. Right now, in third place with no monopolies is Doug Trovinger, our yellow player, with $310. In second place with 5 property groups and $3,065 is Scott Michaels. And in first place right now is our champion. He has 3 property groups and $3,210, Jason Meyers. This is where we take our first commercial break, and when we come back, players are going to have spent some money making upgrades of houses and hotels to those property groups, and we will play our 15-minute big money round to decide who's going to go on to play for up to $50,000 when we go once around the block right here on your favorite board game that's now a game show. That's right, it's Monopoly. everybody, welcome back to Monopoly, man. We have got a fantastic game going on here so far. After we have taken our commercial break here to sell these gentlemen some nice houses and hotels, we see that there is hotels everywhere except for over on the Brown properties, and we've got some houses there as well. We like to call that Skid Mark Row. But let's take a look and see where everything stands after that was done. Now Scott Michaels has slid down into third place with $15. Doug has moved up into second with $310, and Jason is still in first at $960. Well, it is that time, everybody. I will say eyes open, ears covered. I'm sorry. Ladies and gentlemen, he's back once again by absolute have to. Ladies and gentlemen, Senor Monopoly, Jose Cosrels.
What's up?
Yay!
Well, we've had quite the interesting game going on so far, Jose. What can you tell us about your thoughts, and try to keep it to less than a minute?
Yes.
Fantastic. All right, so with that being said, you can go ahead and make your way over there with your fancy dice. I'm sure it'll be the fuzzy ones from inside, from around the mirror of your El Camino. So thank you for being here as always.
I love my El Camino.
Oh man!
Vega.
Sometimes I tear myself up.
Camino, damn it.
Yeah, that's right. All right, so I'm sure at some point you're going to try to fill it full of H2O and call it a waterbed. But with that being said, we're going to get on here to our 15-minute big money round. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this episode of Monopoly and some of this laughter and funny that we've got going on here, because it's what keeps us going at 12:30 in the morning Central Time. All right, so of course in this round we're going to be going around the board as many times as we possibly can, stopping at hopefully a lot of properties that's going to earn people a lot of money. If we land on a property that belongs to one of the players, they will get a trivia question that will be worth a set amount that will show up on the card in the middle of your screen there. If they get it wrong, they don't lose the money, but it does become a toss-up for the other two players. If one of them gets it correct, they will steal that rent money, but if they get it wrong, they're going to lose that amount of money, although it does not go to the person that owns the property. We've also got some other interesting things on the board. We've got our chance and community chest that likes to just screw with me just for the fun of it. We also have our utilities like electric company and waterworks, where players can win big piles of money just from one roll of the dice and one correct answer. We've got our free parking jackpot that's over in the upper left-hand corner that starts off at $500, and we will be adding to it. Trust me, I've seen it happen. We've got the go to jail on the upper right-hand side, which will make the players sad and take $50 away from them. And, of course, everyone's favorite, it's the railroads. Those railroads are where we run into our hostile takeovers, which can change the game in the toot of the horn from that train. So, with that being said, we're ready to get this sucker going. So, let's play our 15-minute big money round. All right, so, Senor Monopoly, you're going to roll those dice for us, and as soon as you give me the first number and we move it, we'll start that 15-minute clock.
All right, good luck to all three of you. Here we go. Start things off with a 3 and a 2 for a 5. Oh, boy.
And there it... Well, excuse me, we're going to move one more because I forgot to put it on the board, and we've got the Reading Railroad. Tell them about it.
Players right out of the gate, a hostile takeover. Get this question from third right, and you'll have an opportunity to steal a property group. Good luck.
All right, fingers on buzzers. Here we go. In what 1960s U.S. sitcom did Jed Clampett strike oil and move his... And that's Jason.
The Beverly Hillbillies.
Beverly Hillbillies is correct. Jason, what are we attacking?
Let's go for the Browns.
All right, he's going to back that ass up and go for the Browns. All right, remember, if you get any question wrong, you're going to pay that rent amount over to Scott. If you can give me 2 correct answers, however, you will steal that property group. It will swap to your color, and you will get the combined value, although Scott will not lose it. So here we go. First question. What nationality is the operatic tenor Jose Carreras?
Spanish.
Spanish is correct. Now we move over. One more correct answer, and you take it here. Baltic Avenue, $270 at risk. In geography, in which country would you find the city of Casablanca?
Morocco.
Morocco is correct. And Jason, you have taken that Brown Property Group away from Scott. With that comes $120 of combined value, taking you up to $1,080. And this hostile takeover has been successfully completed. All right, Senor Monopoly, next roll, please.
4 and a 6 for a 10.
All right, and that lands us on States Avenue.
All right, Scott, let's see if we can get you some money here. $750 on the line.
All right, Scott. The name of which Italian politician and author, born in 1469, is synonymous with amoral cunning?
Oh God. Fibonacci.
Repeat that because you were at the buzzer.
Fibonacci.
No, I'm sorry. Toss up for Jason or Doug. Guys, that would be Machiavelli.
Oh.
All right, nothing doing there. All right, Senor Monopoly, next roll.
6 and 4 for 10 again.
There we go. We keep doing the same number. All right, Indiana Avenue.
All right, Scott, let's try that again. This time for $1,050.
All right, Scott. In humans, what specific part of the body is affected by an embolism?
I'm just gonna get.
I'm sorry, that did not come out before the buzzer, so it's now a toss-up for Jason or Doug.
I've got it down to 2 parts. I can't figure out which one.
And time is up. So, Scott, what was it you were trying to say?
Eyes.
Damn it.
That would have been an incorrect answer. Brain was also incorrect. It would be blood vessels. I could have accepted vein or artery, but blood vessels. Yep. Nothing doing there. All right, Senor Monopoly, next roll.
2 and a 3 for a 5.
5s and 10s. Oh, my. Waterworks.
All right, players. We have landed on a utility, so we have a question up for grabs for 100 times the roll. In this case, $500.
Players, what A as an apple is a trinket or jewel worn as a protection against evil? Scott.
Ankh?
No, I'm sorry. Nothing lost. Jason or Doug?
Oh.
Jason?
Amulet.
Amulet is correct. Sophia the First had one. All right, $500 for you. $1,580, and y'all are saying, who the hell's that?
I got that.
All right. Next roll, Senor Monopoly. I'm a dad. What can I say?
Lordy. For once not a 10 or a 5, 4 and 2 for a 6.
And Pennsylvania Avenue.
Uh-oh.
All right, Jason, a chance to extend your lead. $1,400 for this question.
Jason, in math, I want you to add the number of Snow White's dwarfs to the number of degrees in a right angle.
97.
97 is correct. $1,400 to you. You're at $2,980. Next roll, Senor Monopoly. We're under 10 minutes.
Need a 5. Need a 5.
6 and 3 for a 9.
That's not a 5.
All right, and we have passed go. $200 for all the players, and we've landed on Baltic Avenue.
All right, Jason, 3 houses on Baltic Avenue, which means you can win $270 with the right answer to this question.
Jason, is Papua New Guinea situated directly north of Australia or New Zealand?
Australia.
Australia is correct. $270 to you. You're up to $3,450. Next roll.
Doubles! Got some snake eyes!
Oh, shit.
Jason jumps the gun!
Yes, Jason.
Grapes.
All right, that is a hostile takeover, however, because we're on the Reading Railroad.
Holy shit.
No train horns.
The player's another chance to steal a property group here. Good luck.
All right, players. 1947, 1957, or 1967. In history, in which year did South Yemen declare its and that's Scott.
67.
67 is correct. All right, where are we attacking?
Light blue.
Light blue. All right, we're going to move up one space. You know the drill here. We've got 550 at risk. Here is your first hostile takeover question. In humans, arteriography is the X-ray examination of what part of the body?
The arteries.
You started it.
Don't know.
You started the answer before the buzzer. Arteries is correct.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. All right, so now we're at Vermont Avenue. 550 at risk again. Here's the next one. In cooking, what F as in Frank can be described as an open pastry or sponge case containing a sweet or savory filling? All right. So, nothing there, and the correct answer is flan. Flan. So,
Wow.
unfortunately, that's going to mean you're going to lose $550. We're going to transfer that over to the property owner, Jason, taking him up to $4,000. And with that, this hostile takeover is unsuccessfully completed. All right, next roll, please.
Doubles again. 3 and a 3 for a 6.
Don't make me hit that button. I'll buzz in again.
All right, we are on Virginia Avenue.
All right, Scott, let's see if we can get you back in the positives. $900 for this question.
All right, Scott. Approximately how long does it take the planet Jupiter to orbit the sun? Is it once every 5 years or 12 years?
12.
12 is correct. $900 to you. You're up to $565. All right, next roll, please.
Double streak is over. 3 and a 4 for a 7.
Thank goodness. And that takes us to Kentucky Avenue.
All right, Scott, another chance for some more money here. $1,050.
Scott, in the 1997 film Men in Black, who played Agent J?
Was that Will Smith?
That was Will Smith. $1,050 to you. Takes you to $1,615. All right, next roll.
1 and a 5 for a 6.
And we're at Ventnor Avenue.
All right, Jason, let's see if we can get you some money now. $1,150 for you if you can get this one right.
Jason, which animals, male and female, are called Jack and Jenny?
Goats.
No, I'm sorry. Toss up, Scott.
Donkeys.
Donkeys. I would have appreciated ass, but I'll take donkey. $1,150 to you. Takes you up.
You would appreciate that.
Takes you up to $2,765. Next roll, please. Coming up on 5 minutes remaining.
5 and a 3 for an 8.
Oh, not again.
It's the short line.
Another hostile takeover, players. Another opportunity to steal a group. Good luck.
Thank God Jason didn't buzz in. Here's your question. In what 1960s television cowboy series did Clint Eastwood star as Rowdy Yates alongside Eric Fleming? And that is Doug.
Was it Bonanza?
No, I'm sorry. Alongside Eric Fleming as Gil Favor. Gentlemen, that was Rawhide.
Okay.
All right, nothing doing there. Next roll.
Moves around here. 6 and a 3 for a 9.
And we've once again passed go. But we've also just landed on the income tax. Tell them about it.
Yep, you may have gotten 200 for pass and go, but you're gonna have to give it right back because you landed on income tax. We take 200 and put it on the free parking jackpot.
All right, taking us to 1,100 and another roll.
4 and a 3 for a 7.
And that's St. Charles Place.
All right, Scott, let's see if we can get you that 200 you lost back. $750 on St. Charles Place.
All right, Scott. Which religious movement was founded in the United States in 1830 by Joseph Smith?
Mormonism?
Mormonism is correct. 750 to you. Takes you to 35.15. Next roll.
We got some doubles. 2 and a 2 for a 4.
Jason can't do that because he'll buzz in, but it is Pennsylvania Railroad.
Another hostile takeover. Another chance to steal a property group.
All right, players, here we go. The Union Jack flag combines the crosses of... And that's Jason.
England and Denmark.
I'm sorry, no doing. I'll finish the question. Combines the crosses of 3 saints. George, Andrew, and who? Doug.
Henry?
No, I'm sorry. Scott?
Michael?
Nope. Patrick. Patrick.
Ooh.
Oh.
All right. Nothing doing there. Next roll.
6 and a 3 for a 9.
And that takes us to Illinois Avenue.
All right, Scott, let's see if we can get you the potential lead here. $1,100 on Illinois Avenue.
All right, Scott. How many seats does a tandem usually have?
2.
2 is correct. That 1,100 takes you up to 46.15 and gives you the lead. Next roll, 2 minutes remaining.
4 and a 3 for a 7.
That is Pacific Avenue.
All right, Jason, let's see if we can get you the lead back with $1,275 on Pacific.
Jason, in the animal kingdom, is it the male or the female mosquito that usually requires a blood meal?
Female.
Female's correct. 12.75 takes you up to 52.75. Next roll, 1.5 minutes remaining.
Come on.
We have a 2 and a 6 for an 8.
And that takes us to Boardwalk.
Oh, Scott, the big chance that you'll have here. $2,000 on Boardwalk if you can get this one right.
Scott, in sport, how many track and field events make up the heptathlon?
5.
No, I'm sorry, toss-up.
Oh.
Toss-up. Doug.
8.
No, I'm sorry, and that's going to cost you $2,000. Jason.
Damn it.
Actually, I think I
It
may
was
know it.
7.
7, yeah.
All right, nothing doing there. Next roll.
Go, go, go.
1 and a 5 for a 6.
All right, we've passed go. And we also landed on the Reading Railroad again.
Another hostile takeover, players. Another opportunity, potentially the final one, to steal a property group.
All right, players. In clothing, what V as in victory is the American term for a waistcoat? Scott.
A vest?
Vest is correct. Where are we attacking?
Brown.
All right, going for the Browns. Time will run out on this, so this is going to finish up our round here. All right, so here we go. $150 at risk here. Here's your first question. In music, Brown Eyed Girl and Bright Side of the Road were hits for which Belfast-born singer-songwriter?
Oh my god.
Time is up. Correct answer there is Van Morrison. That means we are going to take $150 away from you, pass it over to Jason, and that means that hostile takeover has been unsuccessfully completed. But we have completed our big money round here. Let's take a look at where we currently stand. Right now in third place with negative $1,290 is Doug Trovinger. In second place is Scott Michaels with $4,665. And in first place is still our current champion, Jason Meyers, with $5,625. We are going to take our final commercial break of the evening. As we do, we are going to be selling back all of the upgrades to those properties. And when we return, we will find out who is going to win tonight's game of Monopoly and go on to our bonus game to go once around the block for $50,000 right here on Monopoly. Welcome back here to Monopoly. Man, did we just have a barn burner of a game there. It is time to find out who is going to move on and win this game tonight. So we start with our player that was in third place at the end of the previous round, Doug Trovinger. He had negative $1,290. Unfortunately, he didn't have any money to recoup from selling anything back, which means tonight he finishes with negative $1,290. Next up, our player that was in second place, Scott Michaels. He had $4,665. When we sell back all of his upgrades, he was able to net an additional $2,750. When we add that to his total tonight, he finishes with $7,415. And finally, we move over to our champion, Jason Meyers. He had finished our previous round with $5,625. When we sell back all of his upgrades, he was able to net an additional $2,550. And when we add that to his total, he finishes with $8,175. Jason Meyers, you're still the champion of Monopoly. Congratulations.
Oh my god.
Wow.
$760.
All right, we will be back with you in just a moment, but first we're going to go over to our third place player, Doug Trovinger. Doug, my friend, tonight was a rough one for you. It looked like you had maybe were building a little bit of confidence and a little bit of strength there in the acquisition phase, but then, man, when we got into the big money round, it just all fell apart. Talk to me about that. I think that's a really good way to put it, Doug. I appreciate.
I don't think he wants to talk about it.
I appreciate the insights. I mean, I think you're absolutely right about what you say there. That sometimes sometimes you know when to hold them, and you know when to fold them, and unfortunately tonight you folded them. But I've got to ask, did you have a good time? Well, hey, I'm glad to hear that you did, even through the adversity of the game. I appreciate you being here. Unfortunately, with the way we do things here on Monopoly, with the standings, you do lose that $1,290 from your season total, which now takes you down to $115. Good news is this: there are still 5 more episodes after tonight's, so you still have a chance to come back and find your way into that top group. Will we see you back again? Well, fantastic. That's good to hear. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure to give it up there for Mr. Doug Trovinger. A man of few words. All right, well, and then our person that came in second, man, you, as they say, you ran it until the damn wheels fell off. You gave us a heck of a game here tonight. Scott Michaels, $7,415. Just as I heard some people mention, $640 short of Jason there. The Browns would have absolutely made up for it if all of that stuff switched back around. So, man, I can hear the heartbreak. Talk to me.
I mean, it's another instance where it's a total that can win, like my last time I was here versus Dave, but those Brown property groups really came to be the killer. Like, had I captured that, I would have had, I think, just barely enough to overtake Jason. But at the end of the day, Jason, you got the one up on me in this episode, and now we're 1-1, so
Yay.
I'll see you in the tournament for the rubber match.
Yay.
And still 7,400. I can't really complain about that much.
Well, you can't, but I guarantee you, if Senior Monopoly was playing, he sure as hell would find a way to do it. But
Oh, come on.
Who turned these into pesos?
Yes.
but yeah, so hey,
Yay.
Again, you played a fantastic game tonight, so we add that onto your season total. It still currently leaves you in 6th place overall, but you are up to $34,685. And I'm sure, seeing as how you're currently tied in first place of normal times played, we're going to see you back here again before season's end, aren't we?
We'll see. I mean, if Jason's keeping up over in the contestants podium, I might have to see if Brocopoly can make a return.
Well, hey, like I said, we appreciate you being here. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up there for Mr. Scott Michaels. Fantastic job there. That right there is what we want to see when we play these games. To me, it always is a lot more fun than an absolute blowout. Jason, you have snuck by once again. $8,175 is yours. That currently, we'll talk about your overall total in just a little bit, but that gives you enough now to where you've now got out of the squeaker position and you're up into 8th place overall. And you haven't even hit the bonus game yet. What are you thinking?
Son of a bitch, Scott. If I needed my heart checked before the game, just tell me that you wanted to check it before the game. Don't wait until in the middle and be like, hey, you're still ticking.
But yeah, hey, oh man, that was quite the game there. Lots of twists and turns. I know that you've got to be feeling very, very lucky and very blessed to have won that game, and that your grapes didn't get squished.
Right. And I hate to play spoiler, but had Scott actually got the Browns from me, he still would have been short by about $160. Because I would have lost 300 on that. He would have gained 300, and he still would have been short.
Well, where I mentioned that, just for people that are thinking the same thing as Jason, Scott also would not have tried to attack the Browns again to try to get them back, which means he wouldn't have had to have paid you rent when he messed it up. So that would have been enough to have swapped it, had you not gotten it. But either way, you did get it, and you are our champion. So now the question is, I'm sure you're wanting a lot more money. Are you ready to go once around the block?
Sure.
Let's do it. All right. So here we are over. Yes. We are now over in our bonus game area, Jason Meyers. It is time for you to go once around the block. So, of course, we're going to give you 5 rolls here in this round to see if you can make it all the way around the board. If you can do so and make it past go, we're going to give you $25,000 in nice hard cash. If you can, however, be the second person to ever do it here on the show and you can land exactly on go, we'll double it and make it $50,000. Now, I know you're thinking to yourself, man, this looks easy. Anybody can do it, right? No, not everybody can do it. No, not here on Monopoly. Not everybody can do it. And if you think so, then Officer Bar Brady over there will show you otherwise. Right. So, we're going to make it harder. You can see that go to jail space in the upper right-hand corner. We're going to add 4 more of those. Well, I say we. You're going to add them. So you're going to put one of them on 2nd Street, one on 3rd Street, and one on 4th Street. So, with that being said, where would you like to put your one on 2nd Street between St. Charles Place and New York Avenue?
3.
States Avenue.
States Avenue. All right, now where would you like your one on 3rd Street between Kentucky Avenue and Marvin Gardens?
Chance.
I think that's a shot at me. And where would you like to put your 2 on 4th Street between Pacific Avenue and Boardwalk?
North Carolina.
North Carolina.
And luxury tax.
And the luxury tax. All right. So with that being placed now, of course, as you're going around the board, for every spot that you can make it around the board, we're going to add $100 into your center jackpot there that you can walk away with at any point. Or if you can get rid of all your rolls, we will give you what's in that center jackpot. If you ever roll doubles during your time going around through here, then we will give you an additional roll to help you out. So if you are ready, I know our audience is out there ready. Let's see if we can go once around the block and win him some cash. All right, so we've got Senor Monopoly over there. He's got our rock and roller fired up, and whenever you're ready, you tell him to hit it, and he's going to throw those dice.
Go.
All right, Jason, good luck to you, sir. Start off with a 3 and a 2 for a 5.
All right, that's $500, and no, that is not another hostile takeover. Unfortunately. All right, so you have got 4 rolls remaining. Your only bad roll is an 8. Would you like to continue going, or do you want to walk away with that $500?
Keep going.
All right, fire that rock and roller back up. Jason, you know how to stop it.
Go.
Are you kidding me? 6 and 2 for an 8.
I'm so sorry.
I don't believe this.
Once again, Officer Barbrady has come up and sent someone to jail. Holy crap.
There they are.
Oh,
Damn.
man, that's tough. But here's the good news, Jason. Although you hit that thing early, you are still walking away with that $8,175. When we add that on with what you've won the rest of the season so far, you are up to $19,855 and firmly into 8th place. Tell us how you're feeling with that letdown.
Starting to strongly dislike Officer Bob Brady, both as a contestant and as Mr. Monopoly.
Now I know how you felt.
Oh man, that is
Ouch.
yeah, I'm so sorry on that, but hey, as I said, good news is that you do get to keep the money from the front game. You are now a 2-time champion, and you'll be back with us again next week, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe, sort of.
Damn it.
Well, hey, it is okay, but you know, Senor Monopoly, that is just what continues to happen here. Out of 20 episodes now here for the season, we have only had 3 people, if I'm looking at this correct, 3 out of 20. 4. I apologize, I missed one. 4 out of 20 that have been able to win some or all of the jackpot money there. Like, what the heck is going on here? I mean,
Man,
I agree.
That's just. I'm just stunned at the record right now. That's a 4-16 record. I guess it's just a curse for this season.
Yeah, it's something, and it's not fun, and it's not nice, and I don't like it, and it needs to stop immediately. But
Viciously.
yeah, but hey, we had a good game otherwise here. Lots of good trivia, lots of good fun. Hey, how did it feel getting to be back in that Senior Monopoly role?
Felt good to come back. If all goes well, I may come back next week. Maybe not, to the unfortunate dismay of everybody. Who knows?
Well, hey, I will say you kept your words to a minimum, and that's what made it great. So thank you for being here. And ladies and gentlemen, those of you out there that came to watch us tonight, thank you for being there. Not only for coming out to watch Go, but also for being here to watch another episode of Monopoly. Guys, we're only 5 episodes away before we make it to our Season 2 Tournament of Champions. There's still a lot to be decided here, and we hope that you will come back and watch along with us again next Monday night as we get to episode 21. But again, thank you as always. Make sure that you like this video, leave us a comment, tell us what you think about the show. What can we do to improve? What would you like us to do to make you laugh more, maybe make you cry a little bit? You know, sometimes emotion's good. It's okay for guys to cry. But yes, make sure you like that video, subscribe to the channel, go out, tell at least 2 friends over the next week about this channel. Just tell them, say, hey, go out and subscribe to my friend's channel here. It really helps him out a lot. Even if they don't get a lot of opportunities to come out and watch, just that subscribe is huge for us here at MVG Productions and Grandma Studios. But until we come back once again to see if we can go once around the block for once without running into Officer Barbrady, maybe win $25,000, $50,000, who knows. He was Jose Cazares, I'm Turd Ferguson, and you sure as hell aren't. We'll see you here next time for another great game of Monopoly. Until then, take care and goodbye for now.
Oh.